Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to Crypto and Coffee at 8. Now, how Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. We cover top news and information related to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. We also follow two news and information related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. Now this is followed by an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions about Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. So let's kick this thing off.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB, and today is the 22nd of September 2021. The market does not look good ever since the Evergrande news. The cryptocurrency market definitely seems to be on the downfall. Earlier in the month, the so-called crypto price influencers were preaching that September is historically best month for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market. On YouTube, ever since yesterday and today, all of a sudden these same crypto influencers are saying that September historically is not the best month for cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, and it just lays the foundation for coming months. So absolutely hysterical. And I wouldn't recommend any of you listeners to follow any crypto influencers who only talk about the price of Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. Today we are going to be talking about Glassnode. What Glassnode does is they publish a weekly report called as On-Chain Week. They do analysis, and we're also going to be talking about Mike Novogratz, who's the CEO of Galaxy Digital, and his views on the price of cryptocurrencies. He will be in Dubai for quite a lot of events. So if you are in Dubai and want to attend any of the events where Mike Novogratz will be present, hit me up by sending an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. We're also going to be talking about Jameson Loeb, an OG of Bitcoin. He has a website to identify politicians in USA who are using Bitcoin. Now, I'm really not sure what to make of it, to be completely honest. Today, we're also going to be talking about Snoop Dogg and how he has been involved in NFTs, and we're going to decipher if what he has said is that legitimate news or is it fake news. Now, talking about UAE, I have two news, and both of them are about Blockchain DXB. I have Ethereum Beginners Guide on the 14th of October. Now, this is my fifth session talking about Ethereum at a completely beginner level. And the second news is about Bitcoin Beginner's Guide, and that also kicks off on the 14th of October. It is a three-part series, so it's going to be on the 14th of October, 21st of October, and 28th of October. I'm going to be updating all that details via Eventbrite tomorrow. Now later on today, we also have the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions about Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. So welcome guys, it's 8 a.m. you're in Dubai, and you're listening to Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover 5 news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. How this series of episodes under Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover 3 news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies and some major breaking news or mega news, sometimes even short and sweet news. The other 2 news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East and the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. This is followed by Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions from 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Gulf Standard Time. So let's kick this thing off. Welcome everyone. Today is the 22nd of September, and the cryptocurrency market does not look good at all. The global crypto market cap is currently at $1.85 trillion. If you were to compare this to April, the market cap of only Bitcoin was around $1.2 trillion. Since April, the cryptocurrency market has fallen down quite a lot, and there were quite a lot of different reasons. At that particular moment, we are at the whole Elon Musk induced crypto market environment, and China kicked off miners all the way from China to Kazakhstan and all over the world. Currently, the global crypto market is down to $1.85 trillion. Now, since the last 24 hours, it is decreased by 1.79%. The total crypto market volume over the last 24 hours is also down to $137.58 billion. Since the last 24 hours, it is decreased by 10.15%. The total volume in DeFi has also gone down to $17.69 billion. Now, DeFi accounts for 12.86% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now, what happens is every time the cryptocurrency market tumbles, stable coins is always to the rescue. However, since the last 24 hours, the volume of stable coins has also gone down. The volume of stable coins now is at $109.31 billion. Stable coins still accounts for 79.46% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. The king of all kings, Bitcoin, the price is down to $42,096. The good news is that the Bitcoin dominance has marginally gone up and is currently at 42.93%. Ethereum's dominance is down to 18.20%. If you look at the price of Bitcoin since the last 7 days, it is down by 10.66%. And since the last 24 hours, because of the Evergrande news, it is down by 1.48%. It's down to $42,096. Ethereum has taken a massive hit and it's gone down to $2,860. Now, all the cryptocurrency influencers that I was talking about earlier, they were very clearly stating that the price of Ethereum would surpass $4,000 around the third week of September. And look what has happened. Since the last 7 days, Ethereum is down by 15.93%. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 4.86%. Something which I've been saying quite a lot is that Ethereum will never take Bitcoin in terms of price, in terms of market cap, definitely will overtake Bitcoin. The other disappointment is Cardano. The price of Cardano seems to be steadily falling down ever since they had the upgrade on the 12th of September. It's down to $2.06. Cardano, that is ADA, since the last 7 days is down by 14.30%. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 3.17%. My big question for the 22nd of September, and I want you guys to think of it very, very carefully. Bitcoin's supply cannot be changed or will not be changed. So my question is, Bitcoin supply cannot be changed or will not be changed. Now, it's very basic and simple, demand and supply. Bitcoin's supply is fixed. Because the supply is fixed, the demand keeps fluctuating. Simple as that. And that's precisely the reason crypto price influencers and the so-called price experts will do absolutely anything to create the demand to pump the price of Bitcoin. A very important point to note is, since there is no central entity or no single person responsible or a company responsible for Bitcoin, everyone is pushing the demand. People like Michael Saylor, who's just been involved in Bitcoin for little over a year, is calling things like Bitcoin is digital energy and quite a lot of nonsense. Because there is no central entity, everyone can go ahead and push the demand. So technically everyone wins. Who wins more is the early adopters, and Bitcoin wins. So you have to be really, really careful when you're looking at the supply element and the demand element of Bitcoin. Something which I talked about even yesterday is cryptocurrency price influencers. When the price of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency goes down, they say it is a discount. When the price of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin goes up, They say this is the time to buy Bitcoin. It's going to go much higher. Price is stable. They keep saying that nothing impacts Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. The price is stable. So either way, they are trying to push the narrative and the demand of Bitcoin. Now moving on to some interesting news, Glassnode. What Glassnode does is every week they provide a report called as Week on Chain. They also have a paid subscription. I believe it's over $800 per month, and that provides loads of technical details. They provided a report on the 20th of September. In that report, it states that since late July, the market has consistently realized net profits on the order of 1 billion per day. They have also stated that that is BTC miners or Bitcoin miner balances are increasing, with wallets associated with miners have stockpiled 14,000 Bitcoins. That's roughly around $600 million over the past 6.5 months. The same news is also published via Cointelegraph. Another really interesting point that they have mentioned in their report is that bull market Bitcoin buyers take modest profits this week while exchange balances continue to decline. Now, when exchange balances on Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrencies tend to decline, that is a very, very good indication, which means people are believing in the cryptocurrencies and they are moving it into their own personal wallet, which means they don't want to sell it. And that's where the hodl culture, that is hold on to dear life culture, kicks in, which means it's a good indication that the price in the near future will definitely bump up. In that report, they've also mentioned that miner hash rate recovery continues. So loads of useful information. So you can go to the Glassnode website, read through the free article. You can also go to my LinkedIn profile to get in the actual article. I would recommend you for the subscription, but it's over $800. Definitely worth subscribing to Glassnode. September historically has been a mixture of good and bad month. This particular month, Bitcoin's market cap has gone down to $789 billion, significantly lower than April. In April, the market cap only of Bitcoin was $1.2 trillion, so it's gone down to almost half. Despite that, Mike Novogratz, the CEO of Galaxy Digital, in an interview told CNBC that I am not nervous about cryptocurrency market. Despite the sharp decline and heightened regulatory scrutiny, Mike Novogratz remains extremely bullish about the long-term prospects for cryptocurrencies. So in my LinkedIn profile, I have put on the actual article. While Evergrande provided the catalyst, Mike Novogratz noted that crypto market has faced a number of risks lately that have likely played into the recent sell-off. This included the prospects of more regulations, with Security and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler acting like that tough sheriff. Despite the sharp decline and heightened regulatory scrutiny, Mike Novogratz remains bullish about the long-term prospects for crypto. He pointed to the significant run the market has had lately, especially in the areas of Ethereum. Now, in the short term, Galaxy Digital founder said it was key that Bitcoin held at $40,000 and Ethereum remains above $2,800. Currently, the price of Ethereum is a little over $2,800 at around $2,860. Now, what Mike Novogratz said, as long as these prices hold, I think the market is in good shape. So what he's referring to, if Bitcoin is held at $40,000 and Ethereum at $2,800, the market is in good shape. So currently, we are at a very thin margin. One thing that worries me personally is like when OGs of Bitcoin talk about the current state of cryptocurrency market. Now there is positive and negative news. The positive thing is some of the OGs do give hope when the cryptocurrency market falls down. The negative thing is these OGs, these multi-millionaires and billionaires also have other sources of income. What if the cryptocurrency market completely falls down? What if there is a black swan event like Evergrande, which has an impact on Tether USDT, which in fact has an impact on all the cryptocurrency market? In that case, you need to remember the OGs have other sources of income and they are set for life. So make sure you do your own due diligence. The next news that I'd like to talk about is Jameson Lopp. I have mixed reviews about this particular news. Jameson Lopp is an OG of Bitcoin and he's a software developer and co-founder of Casa Wallet. He also has the best learning resources. So on my LinkedIn profile, I've put up his link where you can learn pretty much everything about Bitcoin. Anyone new asks me about Bitcoin, I always refer them to his particular website. So go to my LinkedIn profile, you would get his website. Believe it or not, guys, you will know each and everything about Bitcoin. You don't even need to look at any YouTube or any other resources. So Jameson Lopp definitely has the best resources for Bitcoin. He has a project called bitcoinpoliticians.org. What that website does is it attempts to reveal American politicians that own Bitcoin. Now, News BTC put up a great article, definitely worthwhile reading through the article. What are your thoughts? Should Jameson Lopp be doing that? Look, Bitcoin was created so that you mind your own business. It is a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. It's really ironic that Jameson Lopp, who talks so much about security and privacy, yet he's the one doing exactly that. Doesn't matter what he's doing it. Is he doing it for politicians or even for criminals or celebrities? Looks like he's doing something that he himself stood against for at one point of time. So it is a bit ironic. He did tweet that he analyzed 13% of the 438 reports, that is of politicians that are stemming from US House, US Senate and the US Executive Branch. And out of that, he was only able to find out one person who's involved in Bitcoin, and that is Cynthia Lummis. With 13% analyzed, only one politician has been named so far. Cynthia Lummis is a very pro-Bitcoin person. I'm really not sure how she will be reacting to this news. She might be like, mind your own business. According to Lopp's website, Cynthia Lummis owns 100,000 to 250,000 of Bitcoin. Cynthia Lummis is a Republican and has always been in support of Bitcoin. So again, I'm really not sure what her reactions to this news might be. She has done quite a lot for Bitcoin community and open source community in general. On the 7th of October, I have a session called as Pestle R Analysis on Bitcoin. That is political, economical, social, technological, legal, environmental, and religious. So I will definitely put this point up, especially when I'm talking about politics and when I'm talking about technological and even when I'm talking about social factors. Also, Lopp's website does mention that Republican Patrick Toomey owns the Grayscale products, GBTC and Ether products as well. In similar news, CoinDesk released an article that Chain Analysis. Now, Chain Analysis is a company that does forensic analysis on Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies. So what that report states is that Chain Analysis flags crypto suspects for cops, and they do that by walletexplorer.com. WalletExplorer.com is secretly operated by Chain Analysis and has provided law enforcement with meaningful leads. They have put out the actual screenshot on CoinDesk's website, so I'm really not sure what to make of it. Can Monero come to the rescue or maybe not? Because in that particular report they've also mentioned about how Monero can be tracked. Now, to know about Monero, what I would recommend you guys to do is go to YouTube and look out for Breaking Monero. It probably is the best source to understand the technical elements of Monero. Monero is 100% fungible. So essentially, when you use Monero, you do not know who the buyer is. You do not know who the sender is. So you don't even know the buyer's public address. You don't know the sender's public address, not even the amount. But looks like Chain Analysis knows a little bit more than what common people know. So read through that article, loads of useful information. At the same time, Bitcoin is not necessarily 100% fungible. because as I mentioned earlier, and something which I was interested in talking about yesterday at the event that took place in Dubai about NFTs, that newly mined Bitcoin are often sold at a premium, and Bitcoins which are seized by authorities are sold at an auction and at a much lower price. So Bitcoin is not necessarily fungible, rather it is non-fungible. Again, not all Bitcoins are fungible. The other news that I love to talk about is about Snoop Dogg. Now, he has claimed that he's a whale, an NFT whale. In the NFT platform, there is a username called as Cosomo di Medici, and you can check through his Twitter profile as well. That's his pseudonymous crypto ID. What Snoop Dogg did a few days ago, he tweeted that he is Cosomo di Medici. I'm really not sure if it is fake news or if it's legitimate news. Now, the reason why this is really interesting is because the wallet that belongs to Cosomo di Medici currently holds an estimated $17 million worth of NFTs, including 9 crypto punks by Lava Labs. So what do you guys think? Do you think Snoop Dogg is Cosomo di Medici? I really don't know. Anyone can say that, he's so-and-so person, but you need to go out and prove it. If you go to Cosomo di Medici's Twitter profile, a couple of days ago, he had a kind of giveaway, a 1 ETH giveaway. This is definitely legitimate news. The reason being, if you go through his Twitter profile, he said that if you share his tweet, he would randomly select one person and give him 1 Ether, which he actually did. Now, the reason why I say that this is legitimate news is you can go to etherscan.io and check the transaction details. So 100% definite legitimate use case. This is the power of open source, so anyone can go and track and check these transactions. Moving on to news about UAE, and this is where I'm going to be shilling blockchain DXB. I have 2 events. The first one is Ethereum Beginners Guide, which kicks off on the 14th of October. It's at 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Gulf Standard Time. This event is completely free of cost. Now, you will be able to attend this via Zoom and via Air Meet. So I'll be publishing this via my website tomorrow. And this is done in line with Dubai Blockchain Strategy, a great initiative to train, educate, and consult the people of UAE on blockchain technologies. So the link for the event can be found tomorrow, that is on the 23rd of September, via Eventbrite. You can also check it on my website, that is blockchaindxb.com. In case you want to be a part of it, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. In case you want to listen to only the audio version, you can do that via Podbean as well. So this event will be live on eventbrite.com, on Zoom, on AirMeet, and via Podbean as well. So what I'm going to be talking about on the 14th of October is what is Ethereum, history of Ethereum, the projects before Ethereum, and I'm going to be explaining the key differences between Bitcoin and Ethereum, some of the challenges faced by Ethereum, that is the blockchain trilemma problem, that is security, scalability, and centralization or decentralization, or distributed as I like to call it. I'm also going to be talking about the Ethereum London hard fork that could potentially make Ethereum ultrasound money, and we're going to discuss if Ethereum can flip Bitcoin. And I'm also going to be discussing how to get involved in Ethereum, how to build on Ethereum, some of the competitors of Ethereum, Solana, which has been in quite a lot of news lately. And I'm also going to be discussing the current and the future state of Ethereum. So the event is at a completely beginner level, ideally suited for someone with little or no experience, a basic and beginner level understanding. Absolutely no prior knowledge or technical expertise is needed. Sessions, once again, are completely free of cost. So go to eventbrite.com tomorrow, that is on the 23rd of September, and type in blockchain DXB. Alternatively, you can also drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. One thing to note is there will be no investment advice. Now, moving on to next news about UAE, that is another event that I have, that is Bitcoin Beginners Guide. Now, Bitcoin Beginners Guide is a 3-part series. The first series kicks off on the 14th of October at 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So, Ethereum Beginners Guide is from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. and Bitcoin Beginners Guide is from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So, the first session is on the 14th of October. The second one is on the 21st of October, and the third one is on the 28th of October. The reason why I'm doing it is purely simple: an initiative to train, educate, and consult people of Dubai and UAE on Bitcoin and blockchain technology, which is in line with blockchain, which is in line with Dubai blockchain strategy. Again, the event can be found on Eventbrite.com, blockchaindxb.com. Even the audio version will be available via Podbean. You can also drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now, on the 14th of October, that is the first session, I'm going to be talking about the history of Bitcoin. We're going to be exploring the projects before Bitcoin and some of the problems with cryptocurrencies that existed before Bitcoin and how Satoshi Nakamoto solved the double spend problem. So you would have heard this terminology called as double spend. So what is double spend and how did Satoshi Nakamoto solve the double spend problem? We're also going to explore who is Satoshi Nakamoto and why it matters and why it does not. And on the 14th of October, we're going to give a very basic explanation of how Bitcoin blockchain works. That is how blocks are created and how it is changed. And on the 21st of October, I'm going to be talking about Byzantine fault tolerance. We're going to explore the white paper. What is private key? What is public key? We look at what is SHA-256, that is secure hashing algorithm 256, which potentially might change in the near future. And we're going to be exploring hashing algorithm, the mathematics, the cryptography behind Bitcoin, how Bitcoin mining works, the halving of Bitcoin, and mining difficulty target will also be explained on the 21st of October. Final session, which is on the 28th of October, I'm going to be talking about the Bitcoin market share. We're going to do a comparison between Bitcoin and gold, talk about the different forks of Bitcoin, also delve into some basics of Lightning and Liquid Network, talk about the different types of Bitcoin, the different wallets that you can use to get into Bitcoin. Also going to be discussing the pillars of Bitcoin and open blockchain. Most of these points are by Andreas Antonopoulos, and discuss open blockchain versus private blockchain and how to buy and sell or hodl Bitcoin. Again, I will not be giving any investment advice, and I'll be talking about the current and the future state of Bitcoin. So that's all for today, guys, from the Crypto and Coffee Update from Blockchain DXB. In case you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. You can also check my website at www.blockchaindxb.com. If you like listening to this particular podcast, please click on the follow button and share the word across. Now for the next 30 minutes, it's going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions about Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. So, thanks so much for listening, and let's start with the Ask Me Anything series.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions about Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover foundation information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. This is followed by Ask Me Anything series that you're listening to right now, 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Gulf Standard Time. I have the first question via Facebook. This question is by Mark, who has asked, did you attend the NFT event yesterday and how was it? Mark, I did attend the event yesterday, but I did not visit the site. I attended it online. I really wish that I could have attended it. The venue, the event that Mark is talking about is Dubai Future Talks, and the topic was NFTs from creation to investment. I did attend it via Zoom, and to be completely honest, Mark, I wasn't too content with the event. Of minor and incorrect information was provided at the event. One of the panel members said that CryptoKitties was the first NFT to be launched. That is not true. There are a couple of other projects dating back to 2014 called as Quantum that was initially released. The idea of this particular event may have been that it is mostly suited for newcomers. So one good thing that they did before starting the event, the host, that is Dr. Noah Rashford, asked the people, in terms of what is their experience on NFT, and that could be one of the reasons why they did not go into the technical elements of it. If that was the case, what would have been ideal is that, they should have just explained what NFT is. That is what non-fungible tokens are. A good explanation is explaining what fungibility is. So what I tend to do, Mark, is explain fungibility like this. If you have a $10 bill and give it to another person, the value of $10 bill is the same. But what happens if that $10 bill is, let's say, signed by Lionel Messi or Conor McGregor? The value of that $10 increases, and someone might pay $100,000 or maybe even $1 million. So that particular $10 note, even though it's only $10, the value increases and then it becomes not fungible. So ideally at that event, they should have started it like that, then gone ahead and explained how you can go there and tokenize it. The event, probably in the scale of 1 to 5, I might give it maybe a 2. That being said, if the event were to happen once again, I will definitely go ahead and attend it. I wish I could have attended that event so I could have asked a certain question. One of the questions that I had in mind was that using healthcare data, can it be tokenized? And that is something that they did touch upon. But the information wasn't quite clear, or was it as I expected it to be? And even some of the questions that they asked after the event, they had a panel discussion. The answers were not as much as what I would have expected it to be, completely honest. The one person asked the question in terms of how do you know that if NFTs are not sold on different platforms or something on similar lines. Panel member said that we'll have to do KYC. We all need to work together as a community. That probably need not necessarily be the right answer, because when you sell NFTs on different blockchain protocols, let's say Ethereum or on Solana or on Cardano, all of these blockchain protocols have different hashing algorithms, which means the minting process is different. So how would you identify, let's say, if someone sells a digital artwork on Ethereum and sells the same digital artwork on Cardano, on Solana, or any other platform? I wish they would have talked about metaverse a little bit more, because metaverse is something that is definitely going to kick in the near future, and Facebook is also currently working on a Novi wallet that will allow users to buy and sell NFTs. So to be honest, Mark, in the scale of 1 to 5, I would give it maybe a 2. Probably I was expecting a little bit too much. A really interesting information was that the panel member did say that he's working with a project with Dr. Marwan Al-Zuruni, and unfortunately he was not available at that event. He did say is that in one of the Tesla cars, he actually did some artwork, and Dr. Marwan Al-Zuruni decided to put that as an NFT, and in the near future when Metaverse kicks in, it might go into Metaverse. What was really interesting is that later on in the day, and this is purely based on his conversation, he said that Dr. Marwan Al-Zuruni called him up and he purchased 17 more Teslas to do the artwork and put that on NFT. And this is the lifestyle of Dubai. If people like anything, or they just buy it. And Dr. Marwan Al-Zuruni bought 17 Teslas. I assume that they're going to be doing artwork on that Tesla that's going to be sold as NFTs, and that might get into Metaverse. So it's going to be definitely massive news. I have another question by Kareem, who has asked, can you provide some sources to check on-chain analysis on Bitcoin? Absolutely, yes, Kareem, and this is something which I talked about earlier today as well. What I tend to do is Glassnode. They put up a weekly report called as Week On-Chain Report. Now, that is a good source to check on-chain analysis on Bitcoin. They have a free report and they have a paid report as well. The paid report, I believe, is $800 per month. Glassnode is a great website. The other one is Blockware. Now, Blockware also has a paid version and a free report, but they provide really good information on on-chain analysis. The best thing, Kareem, and this might sound a bit technical, is if you want to find out on-chain analysis, the best thing will be to run your own node, so that way you're not dependent on anyone else. A couple of days ago, I talked about Bitcoin. New version has been released called as 22.0. So go to my LinkedIn profile or type in Bitcoin Core new version release 22.0 and it will provide you a link that you can download. It's over 440 gigabytes. It's a massive usage of data. That's the best source I would like to recommend. In case you want to find out more price related on-chain analysis, Willy Woo is a great person. Again, he has been wrong 50% of the time. He did not anticipate Elon Musk completely demolishing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency markets, so he got a lot of backlash for that. Willy Woo also has a paid subscription. I believe it's a newsletter that he sends out every week. The other person who's making quite a lot of news in the Bitcoin world is Will Clement. He's only 19 years old. He publishes a report completely free. Now, Will Clement does work for Blockware Solutions. On Twitter, he keeps on posting quite a lot of detailed on-chain analysis. Worthwhile following Will Clement the third on-chain analysis about Bitcoin. Follow him on Twitter. Lately, Anthony Pompliano, he's been putting out podcasts every week, and this is with Will Clement. Check it out on his YouTube channel. It's a relatively short episodes, roughly around 40 minutes or so. Now, the podcast is called as Pomp Podcast, and on YouTube, I believe, just type in Anthony Pompliano, and you will be able to get it. One of my favorite is Coin Bureau. Coin Bureau does a lot of YouTube videos. I believe he has over 1 million followers on YouTube. He's lately turning out to be one of my favorite YouTube channels. One thing what I like about Coin Bureau is that unlike other cryptocurrency price influencers, he does not keep posting about price. Rather, he posts about content. And just earlier today, he posted a video about how to track on-chain analysis on Bitcoin. So go to Coin Bureau on YouTube and look at this video that he posted on the 21st of September. And once you watch that video, you can do on-chain analysis using Bitcoin Explorer and Etherscan.io on your own. So those were the resources, that is Glassnode, Blockware. Look for Willy Woo on Twitter, Will Clement the third on Twitter, Pomp Podcast, or Anthony Pompliano, and Coin Bureau. I have another question by Ram, who asks, for Bitcoin and Ethereum event, do we need any software? Oh, great question, Ram. The event that kicks on the 14th of October by me, that is Blockchain DXB. You do not need absolutely any software or any device. The event is going to be completely beginner's level, but believe it or not, you would know 80 to 90% more than anyone who has been involved in the cryptocurrency space. Because I talked to a lot of people dating 2017. A lot of them have no clue on how Bitcoin works at a beginner level as well. So you do not need absolutely any software or device. But it would be good if you have access to Google. Because during the event on Bitcoin and on Ethereum, the only time I'll ask you to check Google is there is a hashing algorithm that Bitcoin uses called SHA-256. It'll be great if you actually go ahead and do it yourself. It'll hardly take less than a minute. So for Bitcoin, it'll be SHA-256, and for Ethereum, where you'll be using Google, will be to check KSAC-256. So beyond that, you do not need any software or devices. So that's all for today, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover file news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. This is followed by Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions about Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a great one. Bye-bye.